Megyn Kelly now has a daytime talk show. It's really weird, and her ratings suck. She claims she doesn't talk about politics at all on the show. That's not true, as you're about to see. And she went after Jane Fonda over an interview. You'll see why in this clip. But her response is fucking wild.
And now a word on Jane Fonda, who appears to be fixated on an exchange I had with her months ago on this show. You admit you've had work done, which I think is to your credit, but you look amazing. Why did you say, I read that you said you're not proud to admit that you've had work done. Why not?
We really want to talk about that now?
Well, one of the things people think about when they look at you is how amazing you look.
Well, thanks. Good attitude, good posture, take care of myself. But let me tell you why I
When she first complained publicly after the program, and repeatedly, I chose to say nothing, as my general philosophy is what other people think of me is none of my business. However, Fonda was at it again last week, including here on NBC and then again elsewhere, so it's time to address the poor me routine. First, some context. Fonda was on to promote a film about aging. For years, she has spoken openly about her joy in giving a cultural face to older women. Well, the truth is, most older women look nothing like Fonda, who is now 80. And if Fonda really wants to have an honest discussion about older women's cultural face, then her plastic surgery is tough to ignore. Fonda herself knows this. She knows this. And that is why, to her credit, she has discussed her cosmetic surgery pretty much everywhere before coming on our show.
Last year, I had plastic surgery, and I have been very public about it. I had to admit it. I feel so good. I'm so happy, and I didn't want to look kind of tired and jolly anymore. I feel so great and so rested, and I look so different. And I just decided, and I'm not proud of it, I decided I wanted to look more like how I feel.
And she said the same to Entertainment Tonight, to Access Hollywood, to W Magazine for a cover piece, to The Guardian. I could go on. Apparently, when she came here, however, again to promote her film about aging, I was supposed to discern that this subject was suddenly off limits. Look, I gave her the chance to empower other women, young and old, on a subject which she purports to know well, and she rejected it. That's okay. But I have no regrets about that question. Nor am I in the market for a lesson from Jane Fonda on what is and is not appropriate. After all, this is a woman whose name is synonymous with outrage. Look at her treatment of our military during the Vietnam War. Many of our veterans still call her Hanoi Jane, thanks to her radio broadcast, which attempted to shame American troops. She posed on an anti-aircraft gun used to shoot down our American pilots. She called our POWs hypocrites and liars and referred to their torture as understandable. Even she had to apologize years later for that gun picture, but not for the rest of it. By the way, she still says she is not proud of America. So the moral indignation is a little much. She put her plastic surgery out there. She said she wanted to discuss the plight of older women in America. And honestly, she has no business lecturing anyone on what qualifies as offensive.
Why would you do that? Megyn, listen, I'm not saying this from a place of hatred, but you're just deeply unlikable. Like, you're not, how do you not see how you come across as, like, really defensive and angry, but you keep trying to fake take the high road as you do it. Like, no, I'm not wanting to make a thing and, like, call people out or anything, but now let me proceed to do exactly that and pretend like I'm really high-minded and fucking intellectual when you're just a hack. You're a hack. You're a hack. Okay, so I don't care about the thing with the plastic surgery. I'm totally fine that you asked that question. It was a little awkward, but whatever. Totally fine. Totally fine. Don't care about that. I may even agree with you on that portion of what you're talking about. But then you bring up the fucking Vietnam War. Are you kidding me? So, on that, she goes, the torture, whatever she said about Fonda. Fonda says the torture of our troops is, quote, understandable, or whatever the fuck she said. Did Fonda really say that? I have no idea. If she did, do I disagree with her? Yes. Torture apologetics is never okay. But it's not okay in that context. It's also not okay, Megyn, when all U.S. media calls the U.S. torture enhanced interrogation at the behest of the Bush administration. What did you call it? Now, I don't know what she called it, but I'm asking, what did you call it, Megyn? Were you totally against the torture when it was the Bush administration doing it, when we were doing it in this country? I don't know. I'm asking. Were you? I have a guess as to what your position is, but I don't know. I'm just asking. So torture apologetics is never okay on either side of it. But everything else about Vietnam, like with your fucking Pollyanna-ish bullshit, Megyn. No, the war in Vietnam, it was a hideous war. It was illegal. We killed over 1 million innocent Vietnamese. Now, all of your fucking hand-rigging and your virtue signaling and your outrage over, you don't treat our troops right, that's never gonna wash away the fact that there are over 1 million innocent, dead Vietnamese civilians that we are responsible for. That's a fact. We waged an offensive war against a country that didn't attack us based on the argument that if we don't attack innocent Vietnamese fucking peasants and villagers, that obviously communism will be in Nebraska by Thursday. This was the general argument that was made. Oh my God, communism is going to come here. We got to attack Vietnam, peasants and villages that don't have any money or power. We used napalm and Agent Orange on fucking women and children. We massacred civilians. That's a fact. That's a fact. But you don't care about that. That's what she's objecting to. That's what Jane Fonda's against. Now, she may have gone too far with the torture apologetics. Yes, too far. But the core of it, which is, holy fuck, what an immoral, illegal, unjust, barbaric, savage war, she's right about that. But you go out there with your Pollyanna-ish rah-rah America bullshit, and you act like America did nothing wrong, and somehow Jane Fonda's wrong for protesting a war, which clearly should have been protested, and should have been protested even more. God damn it, they don't care when our government commits atrocities. If you call out our government committing atrocities, decades later, they still smear you. That's what Megyn Kelly's doing right there. That's what you're doing, Megyn. What a pathetic loser you are. And what happened? I thought, light Today Show that I'm on. No, it's not. You're still, at your core, a Fox News bobblehead idiot, and you can't help yourself but spew garbage every now and then. That is political. And by the way, you're not even likable as a daytime, lighthearted talk show host. In fact, it's the opposite. You're unlikable. Nobody likes you. Your ratings suck. So go back to Fox News where you belong and do your pro-war bullshit and cheer for the dead civilians of other countries because you don't care about them. You only care about us. And just move the fuck along. I'm so sick of her garbage. So, man, and by the way, the likes on this YouTube video are awesome. Majority dislikes. For probably all the reasons I just stated, everybody doesn't like this.